We're live, right? My chat's still there.
Yes, the chat's going to be there, but it's going to be a new live. You have to go in the other room.
I'm going through YouTube. Oh, yes, didn't pop up.
Hi, Misty Cat. Be right with you. I forgot what I was doing.
I don't know. Is your homepage right now still the woman sitting there on the floor? Or wherever she's sitting?
Yeah. Misty Cat said hi.
Hi, Misty Cat. You see her in OBS or?
No, in my chat.
In the room chat?
Yeah. You should refresh my page.
I am right now.
Oh, okay. There's one that says live. Yeah. Hello, Nicole.
That one right there. But it's still got to go through StreamYard, right?
Yeah, don't click out of StreamYard.
Then I got to mute your page.
Scott, I had a, you were just starting to make sense. Hey, Patrick.
I still got the other chat, Scott.
It's still there. It's just not the live.
What, for YouTube? I got your live chat up underneath the YouTube pop-out.
Okay. So you see Misty Cat and Patrick and Nicole and all that?
Yeah, I do now. Well, I don't see them. I mean...
You see their typing?
I can't see them typing either, but I see their names.
Shut up.
How you doing, Patrick? Nicole, Misty Cat?
Patrick didn't get lost today.
No, he did not. And that dude that confuses the hell out of himself, Scott.
All right, guys, hold on 1 second and we'll get the show on the road. Good morning, everybody.
It's working.
Good morning. How is everybody? Sorry I was running a little bit late. Woke up a little bit late. Hurting, so it's taken me a little bit to get up and down the stairs.
I'm just tired.
How is everybody? Hopefully you are well.
My camera's lagging too bad.
I don't know, you look fine in mine.
Through StreamYard I do, but on your page, my camera's lagging hard. But it's the only way I can see live chat is if I'm on your page.
Why? Why can't you just have chat up like you normally do? And X out of the YouTube.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hold on a minute, guys.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
That was kind of loud. Is this the live chat you're talking about?
Oh.
Or that one?
That one. X out of there.
Out of here?
Yeah.
Pull this pop up.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this first then.
Yeah, get rid of that pop-up. Now click off of X out of YouTube.
Well, let me
Okay.
get this figured out.
That's why your chat's lagging, because there's a delay.
Hey, Nubs.
Hey, Nubs, thank you so much for sharing this out. Patrick, thank you. All around it is it. Not lost today. Nope. Oh, it's a little warm in the room. Thank you so much, Patrick, for that diamond. Thank you, thank you.
That's a good way to get her attention, put her on off track. Oh, shiny thing.
Oh, a shiny thing. That's right. That's a good way to get me
Sidetracked.
sidetracked. Yeah. You made it home. Not on Facebook as Facebook user. That was the bad part about it. It didn't come up your name, and I'm just like, who is talking to me? That was funny. That was funny. Nicole was here.
Damn, Nubs.
Wow, Nubs. I did see. I didn't get a chance to watch the one yet. I didn't get a chance to see any of them yet. But I did see the notification pop up on my phone before I went to bed. It looks interesting.
My brother, when it's at night like that, hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
You'll have to trust, Nubs, that I'm in there with love and interest, but I'm usually either in bed or at work.
You're right, Patrick. Yeah, that's what's, yeah, when you get turned around like that and you don't know where the hell you are, and it's like, how did I get here? I've done that many times, believe me.
I have to go back and quickly check out Nubs' videos and give him a thumbs up on all three.
Definitely. Definitely. So today's show is about, intro to moon phases and manifesting with the moon. There's Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Welcome back, Nicole.
Welcome back. I saw you in there. I was just, I thought it just appeared. Of course, I was running late, so per normal, you know. So, yeah, intro to moon phases and manifesting with them. The reason I'm, hey, Andy. The
Hey,
reason
Andy, what's up, buddy?
bringing the moon into it is just a focus tool on different things that you can, use if you want to try and manifest things into your life. The moon phase is great for me. I've always loved the moon anyway. She's beautiful. And hey, Miss Carrie.
Miss
Hello.
Carrie.
How are you, hon? You found us. You found us. How are you doing? I miss you and OG. How you guys doing? But this way it's a lot easier to get to know the moon phases. Yes, Patrick, you are in the right spot this time. What moon phases are what? Aspects, if you want to call them. Switch your name for them. Welcome back, Scott.
Oh, trust me, now we're fussing because you got back.
See how he is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. Oh, we missed you as well, Carrie. It's cold down there? It's Texas. What the hell's it doing cold down there? Guys aren't allowed to get cold down there.
We'll give you half of our temperature. for half years.
Right?
So that means we'll send what, about 12 degrees? But in return, we should get right around 30 degrees.
There you go. Yeah, that works. That works. She's like, I don't know. I'm not going to question it. Oh, OBS stopped working.
Yes, it did.
Like.
Oh, yeah. Close your YouTube chat. Yeah.
Has nothing to do with OBS.
No, I'd be able to chat to him.
Oh, so now. Oh. I didn't. No, you popped out the chat. I just said.
No, you told me to close that.
No, I told you to close out YouTube. Stop watching it through YouTube.
No, when we were talking about the chat, I said I got this. Oh, it's going again anyways.
Okay. Oy vey. So yeah. Let me pull up my notes and get started, shall we?
I know, Patrick. That's how we feel right now.
That is how we feel. So a little bit, I thought we'd get started with a little fun facts about the moon. Of course, the moon goes around its complete cycle every 28 days, which means there can sometimes be 2 full moons in 1 month.
It's round.
And of course, it's called the blue moon. And that's called the blue moon no matter what month it's in. The moon goes around all 12 signs of the zodiac, spending just over 2 days in each sign.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, Carol, how you doing? So there's a new moon and a full moon in every 2 weeks. So the new moon happens, followed 2 weeks later by the full moon, then 2 weeks later by the new moon, and so on. In astrology, the top things the moon rules over are our emotions, food, home, instincts, nurturing, femininity, the past, roots, safety, and the subconscious, and of course, a lot more. The moon triggers the planet as she goes around the zodiac, making her a great astrological timer, but far more importantly, for our purposes. So the moon phases can help manifest the things you want in your life. Moon rituals are an ancient and sacred practice that originated in Egypt, Babylonia, India, China. Those are all places where the moon worship was part of the culture. The phases of the moon influences the growth and decline of plants, animals, and human life. So basking in the moonlight was seen back then as sacred and a necessary part of every cycle. The new moon, this part of the moon cycle, looks like a dark sky to us, as the moon is entirely blacked out. It can be a mysterious time and time to start something new. The waxing moon, the moon seems to grow during this phase, getting bigger every night. And this is the time to do magic that's also growing and changing and involved.
Technically, is it really growing? Or is it getting closer?
No, it's just spinning. That's why we can see it. The sun, the earth is in the way of the sun. You're on strike, Carol. So during the waxing moon, this is the best time for personal goals, healing, luck, friendship. Yes.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole, from Andy and me, for you and you too. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. Lie and hurt you.
Who sings that song?
Rick Astley.
Let them sing it.
Shut up. I like getting rickrolled. So, let's see. The full moon, this is when the moon is at its full power, when magic and rituals can call upon the energy at its greatest. Any spell will be stronger during a full moon. But for what we're talking about, we will be working on releasing anything that's holding you back. So this, during a full moon, it's the best time for creativity, romance, fertility, divination. Divination. I can't even say it this morning.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Magic in general.
Carol has a question for you.
Sure. I have a question. How long is the moon water good? I've only used, because I'm very weird on water and stagnation. Moon water, it depends, like drinking it or using it in spells, because it shouldn't go, you shouldn't have a problem holding on to it for a while if you're just doing it on spells or cleansing or whatever you're using the moon water. Drinking it, on the other hand, I don't know. I'm finicky to where I wouldn't probably drink it after a day and a half. It's like milk to me, you know what I mean? Stagnant water, I get worried about that. But doing like moon water, to me, okay, just cleansing, then it can be around for a while. You know what's better is to make moon oil. That's what I use a lot of times. Not lately, but just because it seems to keep longer. But moon water, it's good for whenever. Probably not, Nicole. But moon water you can keep as, long as you want. It's usually you keep it in the house anyway, so.
Keep it till the time you open it up and it stinks really bad?
Yeah, there you go.
Then you know it got stagnant and it's really no good.
Whatever you feel. I mean, if you feel the energy's coming from it still, Yes, any coffee sounds good. That's right. I got mine.
Me too, but I don't sponsor it.
The waning moon, after the full moon phase, it starts to shrink away in the sky, getting thinner each time you look at it. There you go, Kara. Yeah. So with the waning moon, the best time for breaking bad habits, getting over problems, ending relationships, that type of thing with the waning moon.
So does water react the same way as milk though? Because she said she's kept it out of the sun. And the reason why I'm asking, and just a heads up, if and when you guys buy milk, try to avoid buying it in the clear plastic jugs, because every time you open that refrigerator door, that light will lessen the lifespan of the milk. So it might still work the same way with water too.
Right. That could be. I mean, when I had my altar set up and everything, and I had moon water and moon oil on top, I'm trying to think back in the day when Danielle was a baby, on top. I had them up there for a while, and I used them for a while. Yeah, sun does charge it differently. You're very right about that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be asking questions, focus on what you really want out of life, talking about law of attraction, because this does tie in with manifestations, working through a goal issue. Man, when I write my notes, I should probably put punctuation in there.
I can't believe Patrick just went dirty.
How is that dirty? They don't have jugs there.
What do they call a woman's breast?
I know. Oh, wow. That's wild, Patrick.
Did they do the stupid thing to your shit too, where they put that hole on the side with a cap?
Yeah, you don't open it like
you used to.
Like you used to push it, and then...
Yeah, you open it from the side, you open it all the way up. Ours comes with a little damn hole on the side, and it's got a cap on it.
And you gotta pull it up, the plastic part up. Sucks. What are you gonna do? So, but law of attraction does tie in with manifestation, and working through a goal issue is often not a linear process. Yes, sometimes we get a breakthrough moment with a habit or belief that's holding us back. Those aha moments, I love them moments. But more often, change happens through multiple cycles of taking action and reflecting on the results, or lack thereof. Asking the universe for what you want is a very powerful practice. Combine asking for what you want with a clean slate and a new moon, and you have a potent recipe for creating the vision you desire.
Poor Patrick had an aha moment. I didn't realize that could be taken wrong.
The new moon offers an energizing and exciting time to recalibrate your energy for an upcoming cycle and bring an upgraded level of consciousness to the dreams you long to make a reality. Now, I don't know about you, but when I talk about like having a clean slate to start, it's refreshing. You know what I mean? When I know I'm going to do moon magic to where I'm going to set a new intent or a new goal, or, you know what I mean, or a new manifestation I want to come into my life, just knowing that that new moon is a clean slate, it refreshes me.
It does, until your mind realizes that you're lying.
It's not a lie.
Like when you do New Year's resolutions.
No, that's a totally
Do you
different.
understand what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Okay.
But that's a totally different thing, because you're using the moon cycles, and there's, you know, it's not like you set a New Year's resolution and you let it go, and you don't. Here you have with the moon cycles that can remind you.
Right.
Do you know?
I was just kind of making a joke.
So learning to clearly ask for what you want is a big part of this practice. It requires you to dig deep within your heart and listen what it's telling you. Often we find ourselves caught up in what we think we should want, what others want for us, and there is an attitude about really going after our dreams. A lot of people, hey, Hiya Truth, how you doing, hon? How you doing? Oh, you can't. I keep the cameras now. You can't see them. I still got them. They're over there. If anybody don't know, Hiya Truth is the one that painted those pictures, the energy pictures for me, that I absolutely love. How you doing, hon? It's been a while. I hope you've been working, doing good.
I'm doing good. Okay, good to see you.
Good to see you, yeah. Look at you reading type chat. It's good to see you as well. Oh, awesome. Nice always having a day off from work.
Hiya Truth, can you tell me how it felt?
Yeah, I know. Poor Eddie hasn't had a day off yet, so he's going to live through you and your day off.
Please take me on your journey.
Right? So what I'm talking about when it comes to you know, we have an attitude about going to our dreams. I mean, some people think they feel selfish because they're, oh, you know, I'd rather do something for somebody else, not taking care of yourself.
Welcome back, Heather.
Welcome back, Heather. You know, and I've talked to a lot of people who feel guilty about asking what they want and believe that they'll never get it. I was one of those people, you know.
I still am.
Yeah. And this usually stems from a lack of feeling of a sense of lack in their life, that they don't deserve what their heart wants, or they don't feel worthy enough of their true desires. And those are the hard sayings to yourself that you got to break. It's hard, but you can do it. You're very welcome, Heather.
Well, I think I'm worthy of a day off. I just don't know how to fucking say no.
Exactly. And that's not living in the now.
The answer is when
Anything okay. These belief systems need to be addressed in order to make the most out of the new moon intent rituals, or whatever you want to call them, manifestations, or, the beauty is you don't have to have it all figured out right now. All that's required is an open heart and willingness to explore what surfaces in your life with courage. Exactly, Patrick. And that's a blocker. That's the thing. And a lot of people, it's not just you, a lot of people feel like they don't deserve what they want out of life. And you do deserve it.
I guess it goes along the lines, though, as you're growing up, how you're always told, you don't deserve that.
Yep.
You don't deserve that. So you get in your brain set that
Right.
I don't deserve that.
Exactly. And a lot of it stems from, too, is the culture of if you don't have this certain amount of money, you don't matter. And that's bullshit. It's total bullshit.
No, you get that much amount of money, you do matter because everybody wants to talk to you. So you do matter.
Right. But what I'm saying is our culture is if you're poor, you don't matter.
Oh, I was looking at it the opposite way around.
Right. I mean, both valid points. But exactly, Miss Carrie. Gotta fake it till you make it. That's the secret. A lot of people don't understand is that's the secret of manifestation. That's the secret of law of attraction. When people talk about law of attraction, they don't tell you the secret. And the secret is, and I brought this up the other day in Monday's show, you have to feel like it's already in your world. Thank you so much for the lemons. That's just the thing, Nicole, is when it comes to spending money, like, don't worry about where it's going to come from. All right, let me kind of put it to you this way. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but this happens to me. If I'm typing on the keyboard, that's what we're calling it now. No, if I'm typing on the keyboard, right, and I'm not one that can like look around like Alex, my coworker. He can look at you and have a conversation while he's typing, and I'm like, how the hell do you do that? So I'll be typing. Now, I'm not what is it called?
Chicken pecker.
Yeah, chicken pecker.
Or hunt and peck.
Or hunt and peck, yeah. I'm not one of them. I mean, I know where the keys are, and you know what I mean? I can type if I know the words, but if I let myself go, I'll type up a whole message. But it's letting yourself get to that stage of just go with your gut and just go.
Well, see, that's something I can't do. And Shayla will tell you, if I'm in the middle of a text or trying to send an email, she'll go to talk to me and I'll look at her and say, shut up. Because at that point, what I'll be typing is what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, he does that a lot.
And I can't imagine the look on the other person's face going, what the fuck is this?
Exactly, Miss Carrie. Don't think from a state of lack. Exactly right. Because you're telling, if you want that car, you want that brand new car, you're telling the universe that you lack that car. So if you build that feeling that, like, if that car was in your driveway right now, how would you feel? And keep that emotion. because you're telling the universe that car's in your life and it'll show up in your life. Now, it might not show up the way you think, like, poof, it's there. Not like that. But somebody might loan you a car, or somebody might...
Could have been a bad accident outside your house.
Right, yeah. Chance meeting. Oh, yeah, I have one of them for sale. You know what I mean? It'll show up like that. It's not going to show up, boom, right in here. But it'll show up.
Sometime, some point in your life.
Yeah. Right, Nicole. Yeah, I'm the same way. I try to explain it. Look at the book you got the other day. All for the question of, are you going to be on D-Live? You got a whole book.
Patrick, don't worry about it. When I type with just my 2 index fingers. I look at the keyboard, but I'm pretty quick at typing.
But see, Nicole, the thing of it is, looking at right now, an old car will do fine. Yes, that's fine, but you're telling the universe
that you don't deserve a newer one.
Right. Hey, Steve. There he is.
How you doing, Steve? My Canadian American brother.
That's right. So, you know, you have to, it's fucking hard, I'm telling you.
Hurry back, Carol.
Hurry back, because we've all been groomed to be a certain way. And it's very hard to change that in your head. I bet, Patrick.
Patrick was getting overtime.
Yeah, by typing up. So it truly does work if you believe in it. You have to believe in it, and you have to believe in yourself. Do you guys have a hey, Flaming Stars, how are you?
Hey, stars.
Do you guys have a favorite moon phase? Like, do you like the full moon better than the new moon, or do you like, what do you guys like?
I'd like for it not to fall out of the sky.
Well, yeah.
That makes a really good moon. I prefer a full moon.
Do you like a full moon?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's a toss-up between that and the one that I told you what they call God's thumbnail.
Yes. Yeah, I know you like that a lot. Full moon is nice. Full moon. Exactly, Miss Carrie. It is all about getting on that frequency. It sure is. Full moon. Moon bathing. Hey, Anton. Red moon looks nice. Yes, red moons do look nice. Pink
hey,
moons.
Anton. Is it a red moon?
Do you like crescent? Moon? Yeah, that's what Eddie was talking about. God's thumbnail there, crescent moons.
Yep.
Those are pretty. I mean, especially, let me tell you, up here.
They seem really close.
Really close and really bright. I mean, that one night that it was just the tip of it. Me and Eddie's out on the porch going, what the hell is that? Because it was so bright. I mean, real bright. And then it came up a little bit farther in the
above the mountains, and it was like, oh, this is the moon.
I'd never seen it that bright. Yes, you're so right, Patrick. You're so right. It's funny because you say that, because there's one memory that I go back to when Danielle was a baby and she got up for like a 3 a.m. feeding, and we'd go outside to smoke and go, you know, after I got her back to bed and everything, going outside, having that cigarette. Just took a little blanket out with me in my jacket and sat on the porch and had a cigarette. And it was just so beautiful because it was so dark, but the moon was shining and the snow was all around, and it was so quiet because people were sleeping. Normal people were sleeping.
Get that kind of situation, though, and throw in the Northern Lights.
Yeah. But it was just so peaceful and beautiful.
But it seems funny, every time we're supposed to get the Aurora Borealis, it's always cloudy here.
Right. Yeah, I know. Get this rain out of the way. So the new moon is... Thank you so much for the ice cream, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
I appreciate it. So the new moon is 1 to 3.5 days after the balsamic moon, which is the dark moon. The start of the moon cycles during this phase, the moon is dark and appears missing from the sky, of course. The new moon has a quiet, instinctual energy. During this phase, listen to your hunches. Okay? Subtle realizations will often bubble to the surface during this time. The new moon energy facilitates creative thinking, brainstorm, and creation. Take some time to yourself to be alone, dream, meditate, and plan. This is the time to commit an intention or project for the moon cycle. And we'll go through each of these phase by phase. Like next week is not what I wrote on the board. Next week we'll be just talking about the new moon, like what crystals to use for setting new intentions and all that stuff. We'll do this. Today's just the introduction of what we're going to be talking about. The crescent moon or waxing crescent, 3.5 days.
Oh, thank you,
for
Haya.
the diamond, Haya. Aww. She did a triple play. I don't have a name for him for the triple play. Oh, he's thinking that's scary. Thank you for the lemon and the ice cream as well.
So we got a lemon encrusted ice cream cone.
A diamond encrusted? No.
No. A lemon encrusted ice cream cone.
Okay. Yeah, 3-piece. But usually people have certain names for them, and I don't have any. I'm not that, Thank you for the lemons, Nicole. Thank you so much. That's my favorite, Carrie. A lapis lazuli. That's that's almost like cobalt blue.
Well, good.
I get that. Well, between that and Solidet.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick, for the ice creams. You guys are awesome.
Carol says it's called a threesome.
You like a threesome? Nicole likes to hear me say lemons. I know. I all of a sudden turn French when somebody gives me lemons.
Oh, by the way, welcome back, Carol.
Oh, welcome back, Carol.
Carol comes back to threesomes.
Yeah.
Everybody's paired up.
So the crescent moon and the waxing crescent is 3.5 to 7 days after the new moon, where the moon has moved from dark to a sliver of light. It's time to put into action the intentions you set during the new moon phase. This is the best time to initiate action on a project. Right off the bat, you might hit some snags in this phase, so avoid getting knocked down by these early setbacks. Refine your ideas if needed. So this is where and that's just the thing. When we manifest good, because as humans, not as our higher self, but as humans, okay, we have to have everything polarized. What I mean about that is got to be black and white, north and south, up and down. We have to put it in that category. Is it black or white? There's no gray when it comes to human. You know what I mean? Is it good or bad? That's what humans do. But we need that. We need that as a human brain to stay playing in the game that we play here on Earth. No problem, Carol.
You didn't
I'm
start
glad we
anything,
can pass
Patrick.
the time for you, huh?
Patrick says he's sorry. He wondered what he started.
Yeah, there's no in between. But we need that. Everybody, like in the new guru stages, everybody's like, be happy, be happy. Well, yeah, definitely be happy in the now. But you can't just let those bad emotions go. You have to let them free. So, a lot of people won't say no to something like, hey, can you work an extra hour or two?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You know, even though they don't want to. The whole thing is just stop what you don't want to do and don't worry about, everybody worries about outcomes. Don't worry about the outcomes. The universe will provide if you just do what is in your heart, your passion. But our mindsets are what they are. I mean, we have to deal with them because we want to keep playing the game of being here on Earth. With the jugs, Eddie. That's what Patrick was talking
about. Oh,
no. It's all in fun. Nicole, you're partly nun? Ooh, Andy.
He's smiling.
First quarter moon is 7 to 10.5 days after the new moon. So in the sky, the moon will appear split in half and illuminated on the right-hand side. Buckle down and take action during this phase. Watch out for stumbling blocks thrown your way. We're already halfway to the full moon, so the energy burst that starts to occur during this phase to push yourself to focus your intent. So you see that half moon, you're like, okay, it's coming. This phase calls for being assertive and taking action. The next up is waxing gibbous moon. That's 10.5 to 15 days after the new moon. This moon is not quite full. It seems to be a bit shaved off on the left-hand side. When we're in the gibbous phase, remember, eye on the prize. This can be either another time in the moon cycle where wrenches are thrown in, because you gotta have your blocks there removed. So things might come up that you wouldn't think would come up, but it's something. Be aware and take action against what's coming up or getting, those wrenches getting thrown in the gears. But this is all about persistence. Keep going. There's tension during this time that your goals aren't fully realized. Don't get discouraged and be patient. Just keep going. And then we have the full moon, 15 to 18.5 days after the new moon. The moon is a bright glowing orb in the sky. The new moon is now at full manifestation power. So use this time for charging crystals, tarot decks, and magical objects if that's what you want to do. Magical workings are amplified during the full moon.
How about charging yourself?
Yes. Yeah. Well, you see me when I see it out there. It's like, oh, she's beautiful. Full moons tend to get everybody a little emotional. Like, I don't know about you. Sometimes I can't sleep during a full moon.
But that's funny because that's when I think I sleep my best.
Really?
Yeah.
See, sometimes I can't sleep during a full moon. The full moon supports both emotional revelations and release. The full moon also reveals being prepared for surprising truths to come out during this phase. That's why when I always say when we're doing the tarot and I get the moon card, hidden truths. The first sign of manifestation may occur during the full moon. So keep an eye out. Look for those synchronicities. If you don't see any signs or synchronicities, don't worry. More will come later. But this is when little things will start. Once you're aware of the thought process of your head, the feelings of your heart, synchronicities around you, look for those signs. That's what they mean when they say stop and smell the roses. You have to look for those little synchronicities. And they'll be there. They'll be there. You just got to look. Yes. Believe me, my whole, well, not my whole family on my dad's side, but most of my family on my dad's side are nurses and doctors. So, like, they'll tell you.
I'm going to go smoke real quick.
Okay, honey.
I'm sitting here starting to doze off.
Okay. They'll go and tell you that the ER is full on a full moon. Because that's what happens. I mean, think about it. You really think about it. Okay, what does the moon do? It creates on our tides, right? It messes with the tides. What are we made up of? What is it, like 70% water?
80%.
Is it 80%? 80% water. So what do you think it's doing to the water in our cells and everything?
It affects the tide.
Huh?
It affects the tide.
Yeah.
A shift change.
Exactly, a shift change. Exactly. So people don't think about that. You know? So the waning gibbous is 3.5, 7 days to 7 days after the full moon. Well, yeah, me too, Nicole. But then we need water to make that coffee, right? So it'll look like a gibbous moon, but it's dark. It's shrinking on the right side. Give yourself a chance to rest after the intense emotions a full moon can bring. This is another period to focus on the refinement of your intention and goals. So things that happen during the full moon might make you realize, okay, let's tweak this a little. This is where you would tweak it. And it will definitely bring about any breakthroughs or revelations that occurred during the full moon. Like this phase name suggests, astrologers encourage us to share with others what we've learned during the waxing phase. Reach out to close friends and family members and engage with your community. If you're creating something, consider sharing it to receive feedback. This is a potent time to shed more of the limitations that may have hindered your success along the way. Yeah, it does me too, Haya. The full moon energizes me. The full moon energizes me, and so doesn't thunder and lightning storms, and we don't get them here. Well, we get them here, but here it's heat lightning. It's not thunderstorms. I would hate for people that think a thunderstorm is heat lightning to go to New York and experience one of those thunderstorms. You know. Welcome back, Patrick. Welcome back. Third quarter moon, last quarter, 7 to 10 days after the full moon. The moon will appear split again. I just read this. No, I didn't. God, I got to put my cursor on my notes to make sure that, Can you continue to reevaluate what didn't work in this lunar cycle? Because if something didn't work, that means there's a block there, and it might be something that you're blocking out that you don't realize, something in your subconscious. If you feel lack of something, then you will get lack in return. Thank you, Heather. Do you hire truth? That's pretty cool. You can become more creative. That's very cool. Yeah, a lot of people, once you start looking at the different moon phases, you will learn, or you will see things in yourself that you didn't realize, like how you feel on certain days that the moon's this or that. And it's pretty wild to take, it's like I said Monday, get to know yourself. Get to, really, really know yourself. Take, all those little tests of personality tests, or look for your birth chart and what your moon sign is. And you really start, it's one of those processes where you're like, oh, that makes sense. Is that why I'm like that? Probably. All right. Really, really, look inside yourself. Get to know yourself. Third quarter moon, last quarter, like I said, this splits again, but it's darker half on the right-hand side. Continue to reevaluate what didn't work in this lunar cycle. Smaller projects and intentions will be manifest during this phase. Reflect on what can be done differently next time. Most importantly, if you're tired, find the time for self-care and rest. Go easy on yourself. Of course, life and deadlines can get in the way, but we need to push through and project, or sometimes we need to push through a project to meet a deadline during this phase. Still, block out some time for yourself. Let go and continue the shedding process. Get rid of negativity, get rid of, love to be in the cabin in the woods with the tin roof and the thunder. Yes. Yes. I live with, it's a metal roof. I don't know. It's probably tin. I don't know. But the only thing is sometimes it sounds like there's water coming through. Like there's a leak inside, but there's no leak. Balsamic waxing crescent, 10.5 days after the full moon. This is a time of healing in preparation for the new cycle to begin. Get inspired. The balsamic moon is a great time for planning and dreaming. Engage in ritual tarot if you're into that. And figure out what's needed for the next moon cycle if you're not already aware. Once you start going through this and start manifesting with the moon, you'll know what's missing. You'll feel it. You'll feel what's missing. You feel what you need to work on. Once you become more self-aware of yourself, more aha moments will happen, if that makes sense. So the waxing crescent, though, this is where you need to catch up on sleep. And this is also the time for banishing, both energetically and physical decluttering. Clean your space and make it inspirational around you. Which you do that in time anyway. Once you start going through and figuring out you and everything, you know what's inspirational to you. And you'll start... I do that all the time. That's why I'm constantly changing my desk around. That Eddie loves when I do that. Because of the fact that what needs to be in eyesight for me to go, oh, okay, and get inspired. Really just get to know yourself. I've used stormwater. I've used stormwater. I'm lucky enough because I can use Northern Light water too. But yeah, that's good for banishing. Definitely. Clearing away anything. Even moon water. And then, when we talk about the balsamic moon, it's basically the dark moon, and it refers to the day or two before the exact day of the new moon. Some astrologers say you shouldn't start things during the dark moon. Instead to wait, take action right as the sliver of the moon comes in. But others instigate action during the new moon phase. But it's all up to you. Really figure out what you feel right. Always do what you feel right. Oh, wow, Patrick. That had to be beautiful. That had to be beautiful. The best I've ever seen was a thunderstorm that was just east of me here, and the west was a full moon. That had to have been wicked to experience. Oh, I'm glad, Miss Carrie. I'm glad. I try to help as many people as I can, at least from my perspective, what I've learned over the years and everything. But I want everybody to understand of how powerful they are themselves, Do you know what I mean? I want everybody to know you guys are an aspect of God, if that's what you believe, or source, or whatever you intend to call it. And that makes you a creator. That makes you powerful enough to be a creator. Like me and all you guys talking right now, we're Jesus. Okay, at least I'm trying to talk. But us right now, just chilling out and talking about this, we're co-creating this moment, the moment of now. We're co-creating this moment. I'm sure, Patrick. Yes, I go with your gut feeling. Exactly, Heather. It's that we know what's right inside of us, like truthfully. That's why if you hear people speaking, or you watch TED Talks or anything, things that resonate with you give you that spark. But your body going, hey, listen to this. Exactly, we're made of energy. And we'll get deeper into this about our Council of 11 and yeah, we'll have some fun with that stuff. So let's see, what else do I got written down here? Anybody got any questions? So once we get going deeper in this, we'll talk about the moons in the zodiac, because each moon in a different zodiac means a different thing. Not means a different things, but there's different intents you can put forth in moon. Right now, what we're just doing overall general, what you can manifest, when to manifest it, and stuff like that. But when you put it with the astrological signs of what you want to manifest in that house, as they call it, house, it can be even more powerful. Right, exactly, Patrick. Exactly. That's exactly it. So, like the moon in Aries, a person that's in Aries is very energetic and action-oriented. It's a very action-oriented sign. An Aries moon is excellent for initiating projects. Be bold and take action. Don't be afraid to take up more space and claim your power. And that's what we all need to do, is claim our freaking power. That's why I try to explain when it comes to claiming your power. If you are, say, going into a YouTube channel that you don't like, well, you know what I mean, but you're doing it just to spy. We all done it. We've all lurked. Don't tell me you haven't. You're actually giving that person power over you. You know what I mean? It's what we do, though. Hey, Ron! As you can tell, I said Ron in like caps. But you're giving that power to that person. Ooh, Misty. Oh, shit. You're an Aries too, Patrick? There you go. There you go. See, so you guys, we'll learn about each other along the way, who to mess with and who not to mess with. Yeah. Nicole is a Leo. She's a lion. So, so you guys are a little bit impulsive, too. You're Gemini, Heather? Hi, is that Aries? I'm a Libra. That's why I like everything balanced. My kids call it OCD because I need two of everything, but I call it because I'm a Libra. Ask my son. Ask my son. When Mr. Minkster comes around, ask him how he likes to mess with me. He's a Cancer sign. But I'd have like little cherub angels that hung over the corners of my walkways, through doorways and that. He would go and mess with them all the time and turn them like sideways and shit like that just to mess with me because he knew I would see it because it was out of balance. Okay, Scott, no problem. Thanks for coming in, hon. I appreciate it. Carol's Capricorn. That's what my dad was. When's your birthday, Carol? Is it coming up? My dad's was January 8th. Ron's a bullhead. Eddie's a Sag, so... It's funny you would say that, Missy. A lot of times I just do things on impulse. Yeah, Aries are impulsive. That's why during that moon, the Aries moon, you got to be careful that you don't get impulses. The 15th, very cool. No, Leos are the best. Here we go. Sign war. Andy's is the 25th. They're just the best. Libras are the best. Thank you. No. So this moon can also make folks short on patience. It's a great time for intentions and magic that needs that fast results. Nice. Gotta watch out those Sages though, man. Yeah, Eddie's a Sag. Like I don't know what it is, but Libras have been in my life all my life. Well, my mom, or not Libras, Sages. Did I say Sag? I don't know. But my best friend since childhood, well, since I was about 16, is a Sag. My ex-husband's a Sag. My oldest daughter's a Sag. Eddie's a Sag. Most of my friends that I hang out with are Sages. It's like, what the hell is... But I know why it is. Because as a Libra, as an air sign, we're quiet. We're more on the quiet side. We're watchers, right? Where Sages are tell it like it is people. So there's that balance. So like my she's not that short, but she's, on the shorter side. Like her, when she gets angry, you don't want to be around her. I would. If she's mad at somebody, I've seen her chase a 300-pound man back to his house from my apartment. I mean, that's how that fire energy, that passion. Eddie's the same way. He'll tell it like it is. That's why we get into our little skirmishes. I'm like, well, don't say it like that, Andy. Capricorns are usually nice. June 18th, my son's is June 27th. I find a full moon a problem with that, Miss. Yeah, I can understand that, Patrick. Yeah. Oh, triple fire, man. That's whoo. Nobody piss off Haya. My boyfriend is Aries and best friend is Aries. Yeah, isn't it funny how you come? Yeah, air sign. $111. Yeah, my dad's is January 8th. My niece and nephews is like 5th and 6th. I'm sure it does, Haya. I'm sure it does. So then we got Moon and Taurus. Somebody said they were Taurus, right? Taurus is a sign of sensuality, security, and stability. They got to have everything. They enjoy creature comforts, art, and beauty. Use the time during a Taurus moon to get on top of money concerns, both personal and business finance. There are times that there There can be some stubbornness in the air during this moon. Don't be surprised if others suddenly show some inflexibility in their plans. Taurus is a sturdy, grounded sign that resists change. This is a great time to look at your career as well. So Moon in Taurus is all about financiality. So if you're making an intention to bring more money into your life, first of all, don't worry about the outcome. That's another secret. I think I said that before. Don't worry about the outcome. Just put it out there. But don't worry about the outcome. Moon in Taurus would be a perfect time to do a money intent or a money spell if you're into that, or you know what I mean, just focusing, manifesting money or a new career or whatever you're looking financiality at that time. Wow. That's a lot of fives. Have you not? Thank God. I was going to say Nicole's August 17th. Saying thank God she's, the 8th. I mean, but that's a lot of fives. You got a 6 in there, which is a 3 life pattern. 25th, 5, 6, 7. 26, which is a 4. Goes down to 4. Man, that's a lot. But yeah. I am a bull on the Chinese zodiac, I believe. I can't remember. Because see, my there's always 2 calendars hanging up at work because my bosses are Korean. So, like, they tell me, like, sometimes she clues me in on their zodiac, their months, and ours, how it different represents different things. You're a rat, you're a dog. Yeah. I bet, Andy. Jesus. Nicole equals scary. You don't like change that much? Yeah, Tauruses do not like change. I don't like change either, though. Because, well, Libras are stubborn. We are stubborn, I'm not going to lie. Nicole. I always tell Ryan, thank God he was born in 97 because he would be 6/26/96 if he was born in 96. Right? It doesn't go by Aries, Patrick. It goes by the year you were born. So you were born in what year? Would you say you were 61? I'm not good in math. If Eddie was here, it'd be different. Non-birthdays. $59? Okay. You are born of the pig, the year of the pig. So, and of course, go study these as well because it gives you a different aspect. Pigs are diligent, compassionate, and generous. They have great concentration. Once they set a goal, they will devote all their energy to achieving it. Though pigs rarely seek help from others, they will not refuse to give others a hand. Andy, you goof. And that sounds like you. Yeah, I know, right, Patrick? Oh my God. That is hilarious. Oh it together either. That's so funny. We found out Patrick, his Chinese zodiac is a pig. And he's like, that figures, I was a cop. I'm like, oh my God. Were you born in a pig year too, Anton?
Thank you, Heather. I think I'm
You wandered around the Roman cemetery, Patrick.
what am I? You're the dog, wasn't I?
I think you're the dog. Yep. The dog occupies the 11th position in the Chinese zodiac. And, well.
Hey, Skooks.
Hey, Skooks, how you doing?
Hey, Ron.
People born in the year of the dog have straightforward, that's you. Straightforward personality traits according to Chinese zodiac analysis. In career and love, they are faithful, courageous, agile, smart, and warm-hearted. Yes, if they fall in love with someone, they would not change. They can also be tremendously stubborn at the right times. Yes.
That didn't sound one bit like me.
Yes, it did. Yes, because he's persuades this, I'm this big, bad, tough guy, but yet see a little kitten video and he cries.
Yes, Patrick, my bark is much worse than my bite.
You're a ram or a goat? Yeah. That's what I love about him, though. Usually you can tell. So the moon in Cancer. Cancer rules the home, family, motherhood, and nurturing. Spend time connecting with others. Nurture your relationship with family and friends. So homeness. If you had to do any manifestation around the home or family or anything like that. Moodiness can also be an issue during a Cancer moon. Yes. This is true because Cancers are moody. Ryan's a Cancer, I know. Don't get stuck in your feels. You might find yourself more prone to tears during this time. The moon is at home in the sign of Cancer, so channel that extra emotion into a passion project. So if you want to manifest something, put that extra, do it in Moon in Cancer, so you can put that extra emotion of passion in there, if that makes sense.
Misty Cat, she must have been an Eddie or the dog too, because she says, no, Eddie, we're just right.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that what it is, Misty? You should not be taking his side. I'll go along with you, yes.
I'm taking her side.
But oh, apparently Nicole's got a voodoo doll with your face on it.
No, Andy.
I know, but Andy said as long as it's still got Eddie's face on it.
No.
See? Right there. She just said, yups, Patrick, me sweet lady with lots of voodoo dolls. So she's got one with your face on it.
No, she didn't say that. She just said she got a lot of voodoo dolls.
Moon in Leo. The regal sign of Leo enjoys recognition, confidence, and spotlight. And I think your moon is in Leo, if I remember right. I did your moon chart, your birth chart, and I think your moon is in Leo. With that, needs that recognition.
I don't
be in
need
the
to be
spotlight.
recognized by anybody. Just on Saturdays and Sundays.
During a Leo moon, don't shy away from attention. Put yourself out there and shine. This is a great time to entertain and host a party. Watch out for underhanded upstaging with others who are feeling the effects of this moon. So be careful because everybody's trying to be in the spotlight in Leo times. Arrogant attitudes.
I don't know why you looking at me.
Can run amok during the Leo moon.
Put your eyes back in your head.
Resist getting into any drama with others.
Yeah, honey.
Did you read Andy's thing? And Nicole, how do you think Scott lost all of his curly hair?
No, I can't move.
Hey, Scoop.
We said hi to her a while ago.
That's right, Anton. Yeah, I know. But she said it again, so I was just... Anton, that's right. You can only have one side, her side.
No, that's not right. Me and you can have to talk later.
And he said, Eddie, I reached the end and couldn't take no more earlier. I tried to do a Scott and ended it all, but the chair wasn't high enough.
Patrick wants to know if he's sucking up okay to Nicole.
I'm also a ram, a dog with a ram's head. That's going to be, woo, misty. That's hard, Skook. Yeah, I know how that goes. I do know how that goes. So the Moon and Virgo. Virgo is detail-oriented, hardworking, and practical. Do a deep clean of your space, your mind, and your body, or anything else that needs it. Organize and get on top of everything and anything that's fallen by the wayside. Be careful of being too critical during a Virgo moon. Virgo energy is very analytical. This is a great time to fine-tune the details and project of your space. Yeah, so like as you're going through the year, you'll be like, seriously, you're going to be like, oh, it must be this Virgo moon, or it must be a Leo moon, or you'll see different aspects come out at different times. Moon in Libra. Libra rules art, culture, and harmonious relationships. Consider partnering up on a project. Negotiations tend to run smoother during this time because we're good like that. Folks are willing. I don't have a moon in Libra, but folks are more willing to compromise for a mutually beneficial outcome. Watch out for indecisiveness. That's totally Libra. During this time, resist the urge to leave decisions unmade. Enjoy elegant surroundings. Now, let me tell you, with being a Libra, that is, you guys think when it comes to manifesting, we have a hard time on like what shirt we're going to wear. You know what I mean? Or trusting outcome. That doesn't happen with a Libra mind.
I got a lot of laundry to do before she even puts a fucking shirt on, okay? Because instead of just folding it, putting it back in the drawer, it winds up in a fucking laundry basket.
Right, yeah.
Like if it gets cleaned again, it's going to be perfect.
So it's very hard, like, don't have much idea what you're all on about, but enjoying nevertheless. Steve, thank you, hon. It's basically your moon signs and moon phases and how we're going to manifest with the moon.
You know what I don't like about
it? But take care, hon. Be safe.
You can't scroll back.
Oh,
to see who talks.
Yeah. But yeah, Steve's leaving up, yeah.
Have a good one, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Now get the hell out. That's my Canadian American brother.
That's right. That he is. Moon and Scorpio. Scorpio is another one with a passion, just like Sagittarius. Scorpio rules passion, transformation, and the hidden. Scorpio means moons are intense. It's that passion. The energy is conducive to deep self-reflection. Scorpio energy is intensely protective. If you need to fight on behalf of something or someone, this is the time to do it. Well, not this now, but when the moon is in Scorpio. The moon can bring out secretive and manipulative behavior, so be careful. But it also brings out your inner investigation. Your inner investigator. Stay aware, dig deep, and you'll uncover what you need. I can't fucking talk. Ron's over there, moon then. Perfect.
He's the moon master.
Moon in Sagittarius. Here we go.
Here's your sign.
Sagittarius rules learning, travel, and philosophy. Sagittarius energy brings with it refreshing honesty. Yes. But be careful not to take it too far. Don't be the victim of foot and mouth disease. Eddie does that all the time.
She don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Don't let him fool you. No. Well, this is a great time to enjoy participating in philosophical debates. Oh, Eddie loves to debate. Resist the urge to lecture others. Eddie, don't resist the urge to lecture others.
Nope.
Sagittarius energy loves traveling, exploring a new locale. So shake up your usual route to discover new places.
Yeah, kind of. No.
Ron, I am talking about Eddie. And the mooner of the day is Ron Weasley.
It's actually who she's talking about is anybody that's decided serious with the moon at this point in time.
Yeah.
Deny it all, Eddie.
That's right.
Well, she thinks she does. I don't tell her that, though. Oh, hell, I just did. The honesty came out.
Moon in Capricorn. Capricorn energy is organized, business-oriented, and practical. This is a great time to re-examine your long-term goals and career. Watch out for authoritarian impulses from yourself and others. If you get caught breaking the rules, people can be less forgiving during this time. Capricorn favors tradition. During this time, it's wise to take a tried and true approach to challenges. That's right, the shadow always knows.
Yeah.
That's right, Andy. Never forget that. Yes, and we also pretend that we're helpless so men can feel special.
Superior.
Yes. So they could be feeling special.
It's like all them years you thought you got away with that shit with your mom. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yes, we just know how to work Google. Although I will say Eddie has become the Google master.
No, I'm still, the tadpole, but I've gotten pretty good at it.
You have. Not going to lie. Moon in Aquarius. Do we have any Aquariuses out there? Aquariuses loves a rebel. They love the rebel, the unusual, and freedom and humanity. That's the better parts of it, at least. The Aquarius moon is often seen as cold and detached, but innovation and invention need a certain level of detachment from the status quo to push the limits of what's understood to be possible. This moon is a great time to push the limits of your self-expression. Embrace your inner weirdo. I do that every day. Find ways to shake up your routine. Why would someone who has a moon in Libra? It could be some of their other signs in other planetary houses. Silent. I know. That's all. And he's like, I want the silent treatment. And Nicole's like, no. Good luck with that, buddy. Moon in Pisces. Pisces loves sleep, daydreaming, and creativity. It's a sensitive energy with a strong psychic and intuitive abilities. Thank you for the ice cream, Jim. How you doing, hon? Welcome.
I'm not calling you I'll call you Jim.
Be prepared for intuitive insights to come through during this moon. This is a time where compassion is more about abundant, or is much more abundant. Again, Missy, when you take notes, put punctuation in there. Great for connecting with loved ones. Also take time to indulge in dreamy energy of Pisces. Sleep in, listen to music, and make art. The Pisces moon can bring with an emotional upset. Resist the urge to soothe yourself with alcohol, drugs, or food. Channel excess emotion into a creative project.
Well, to be honest, Scoops, Shadows is watching me do it. Said it's not easy watching someone working themselves to death.
So to recap what we went over, basically new moon uses time for spells relating to creating a new beginning or to bring something into your life. Magical workings, if that's what you prefer to do, and divinations meant to reveal something hidden are potent during this time. Waxing moon, like the new moon, uses time for magic that draws something towards you. The waxing moon phase supports the growth of positive forces in your life, good health, success, love, money, etc. This is a good time to start a multi-day spell or ritual to culminate the full moon. Full moon, full manifesting. This is the full manifesting magical phase of the moon.
So this is like the full Monty.
Don't get him started. Andy's still in here.
Oh, shit.
This is a great time to cleanse and charge up sacred tools, talisman, crystals, and tarot decks. And like I said, when I go through each moon phase talking about it, which next Thursday we'll start right with the new moon. We'll add the crystals, the oils, the herbs, all that to help boost that.
Yeah, we're having stew.
Yes. Crystals might be a little crunchy.
Yeah, they're overcooked.
But this is another excellent time for divination. I can't. Why is it that I can say one word one day and not the next?
It's like walking through a doorway.
Right, yeah.
Patrick said he told him once, I love work. I could watch it all day.
Oh, it's sleeting there, Ron?
Where's he at?
Alabama.
I ain't got to worry about that, Heather. Might cut the shit out of my gums, but...
yeah, right? Waning Moon. The shrinking moon facilitates banishing and releasing magic. This is the time for cord cutting to lessen the negative influences. We'll discuss all that as we have our Witchy Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesdays, whatever the hell it's called.
Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays.
Yeah, that. And situations in your life. Bad luck, money issues, negative influence. But we're talking about that, how living in the now works. Dark moon, of course, is generally considered to be the most potent time for banishing and releasing. One caveat, some practitioners don't work, some don't work during the dark moon because they consider it at least fruitful phase of the moon, basically. But see what works for you. If you feel that the dark moon is where you want to banish and, get all negativity gone, then do it. I mean, if it feels right to you, do it. If it don't.
Physical health on vacuum.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's,
I'm gonna let you in the door.
Oh, okay. Hey, there you go, Skook. Exactly. There you go. So always remember, do wish for anything you want. You can wish for anything that you want as long as you believe you can have it and that you're worthy of having it. And you are worthy of having it. Do take baby steps. Don't wish for a materialistic item. Wish more for the feeling of it. Get that emotion involved in it. That's the key to manifestation, is the emotion that you already have it in your life. If you put out there that you're lacking something, the universe is thinking, okay, they want to lack something.
That's right, Andy. A 2-inch auger with a 3/4 horsepower fucking drill. Thanks, Ron.
Oh, thank you, Ron. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
You okay, Nicole?
That's not good, Nicole. At all. I hope you're all right. But do believe, please, guys, remember, do believe that you are worthy of your wishes.
Why would Missi be in pain? I haven't got up and slapped her yet.
So do the work with law and attention and desire. Do meditate if you can. I mean, if you can't meditate, just relax for a little bit and see what comes to your mind. And usually it's what you need to work on. And do release attachment towards your wishes. Don't expect, huh?
When were you screaming in pain?
When I probably would. He's saying because I was singing.
Screeching in pain.
When you start changing, first shakes, keep changing. What do you mean, Anton? Like when it first starts changing,
It's like traveling parallel universes. You feel that shake. But if you feel the shake, don't give up. Keep going because you're almost there.
Right. That's a little reminder. Like I always look for the little things that. What the hell was it last night that I saw in my email? I got a message from an Eddie H.
And I don't send emails.
I forgot what was in the email. It was just like, I don't know, it was not a spam email, but it wasn't to me. He was selling something, basically. Something that I had signed up for or something. But it was an Eddie H to Melissa. But there was something I can't remember what it was, but there was an email in the message that I was like, all right, because it's kind of like my guides going, hey.
And using my name to get through.
Yeah. look for those little tidbits. Ron.
Well, Ron, there's your little tidbit. There's a reminder.
Oh, Jesus, Nicole. Hey, I get drunk for free, too. Eddie drinks and I stumble.
Yes, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
I do, too. It's not a lie.
I will drink a 15 rack of beer. I'm walking fine, and she's the one bouncing off the wall.
This is what I mean when I say I'm a high sensitive empath. I'm a highly sensitive empath.
I think it's funny as hell.
And I don't, until I'm swerving, that's when I realize it. Like, I don't realize it when I'm, yeah.
But out of nowhere, we'll be walking, you should be doing that, and I'll be like,
He'll
got into
like,
my beer again, didn't you?
He'll like grab me and like pull me, and I'm like, oh, I'm wandering again, ain't I? Just wandering.
I got you.
But yeah. The secret to making wishes or setting intentions, basically, is, like I said before, is to ensure that they come from the heart and that you feel them as if it's already happened. I hope I say that enough to, read that again. Well, not read it again. I'll read it again.
Because they can't see it.
I know. I'm giving away my secret. Read that again, Missy. The secret to making wishes, setting intention, is to ensure that they come from the heart and that you feel them as you have already have them. That whatever you're manifesting has already happened. The secret to making wishings and I repeated it to myself. That's lovely. Damn. As Miss Carrie said, fake it till you make it. In other words, pretend to yourself that your dreams have already come true. Feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Revel in that feeling.
Scoop says I can't afford to get her drunk. I bet you one bottle of 190 proof kicking chicken. She ain't gonna finish it by herself without being drunk. I'm saying that this woman saying she loved me and wanted to meet me. I was excited. Then I found out it was sent to the wrong number. How many phone calls have I gotten on my phone from people saying, well, you called my number? And I'm like, I don't even know you. Because I have an app that I use for my phone. And apparently it's a shared number. I had 7 calls in one day.
Yeah, it was like wicked weird. So the next thing is think about what you do want. Don't think about what you don't want. That's the golden rule.
Well, no. Hold on. You can't say that because I don't want to die.
But that's in adverse telling the universe.
Oh, actually, you can say that I do want to live. I do want to retire.
Write down, and I'll put these in the Shadows Corner group. Easy, like fill out forms. So you can, if you have a printer at home or whatnot, you can print them out or even work on them as a PDF. But write down or draw what you do want. But remember, don't think about the end result.
You're absolutely right, Nicole. Sometimes what you want is not what you need.
That's true. That's true.
And sometimes when you want something, you might only get a part of it because that's all you need. But then you get disappointed because you didn't get everything you wanted.
Right. That gratitude of what you do have is a big part of it too.
We learned that.
Yes.
When in New York, when we were homeless, and we were very happy with what we had.
Yeah, and we lived in a tent, So we didn't have much.
Through the winter now.
But we're happy. Truly fucking happy.
We were warm. We ate. We were able to shower.
Sometimes you need to take a step back and go through something like that to be grateful for what is in your life. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
And the best part is, it must have been designed for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To show up in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night, pitch a tent, completely surrounded by thorn bushes.
Like not little thorn bushes, like they were the long, I forgot what they're called.
Thorns.
No, I know. I mean the thicket itself.
Oh yeah. But it was tucked in there so tight. And not a one of them punctured the tent. And the only way to get to the tent was from the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did that in the dark. So it was meant to be.
But the thing of it is like, you know, going back to this, we have you don't understand how powerful we are. We're gods. We really are. We can manifest anything in our, you know, I love when people say perfection, right? Or
there is no such
God
word.
made a mistake with me. Well, if you believe in God, you believe that God can't make mistakes. He don't make mistakes. So there's no mistake.
The only mistake that's being made is you mishandling your use of free will.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Where'd that come from?
See? Eddie's getting, watch it.
I'm getting watch it.
Watch out, peeps. But once we start to connect to the moon and we work with lunar cycles, our power becomes mind-blowing, obvious. Like you will notice and be going, oh shit. Like I told you before, I go back and forth. I do because I have my witchy mind, but I have my scientific mind. So it's like I sit there and, you know, I have manifested stuff in my life. I've done many, many spells and they've worked. And yet my scientific mind is like, how did that happen?
And Anton said it right. If you think what you don't want, something that you still want, or something in you still pulling it into your world.
Yes.
Because you have the negative aspect that's acting as a magnet.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that's hard for us humans. It's hard because of the cultural.
The way we were raised.
Yeah. So we have to keep our mindsets. You know, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying, you know, be all hippity and hoppity and all the time. No, because we need, our ego is a pain in the ass. But it's kind of like, let me put it to you this way. Our ego is there to keep us safe, right? So you know what the biggest problem with something happening is that doesn't happen is because we hesitated. So our mind, like when we are getting dressed in the morning, right? We're not hesitating. We're just going through and getting dressed, right? But yet somebody asks you a question and you hesitate. Your mind's like, why are they hesitating? There's something wrong. Oh my God. And that's where overthinking comes from. Does that make sense? Yes.
You're right. You can't have good without evil. You can't have night without day.
No, that's a human thing, no.
But if you just let me go.
Right. We live in a polarized world, yes. Go ahead.
No, because now you made me lose train of thought.
I'm sorry. You do that to me all the time.
I do not. Everybody in chat does.
He's blaming you guys.
Yes, I am. There's that honesty shit coming out. Having good with evil is like understanding the sands of time, because there is no time.
Right.
There is no good, no evil. It's what you believe and what you create.
Right. It's adorable that he's blaming you guys. We remind you of you and OG.
Oh, Scott, you remember Scott that was in here earlier. There's times where we'll do a video chat and me and her start bickering. He'd be like, wait a minute, I got to go get the popcorn. And by the time he says anything, it's like, we're done. He's like, that's it.
So,
shut up, Andy.
And a bigger word. Andy, what the?
Seriously. And actually, you know, kind of in a way.
You're right, Nicole, because I'm sorry.
But we're not made of energy. We're made of matter.
That has energy in it. Photon has energy.
Are we made of photon?
Yes, everything's made of photons.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You better Google.
Whatever. Even a photon has a little bit of consciousness. It wouldn't be the one like our consciousness, but everything has consciousness.
No, you're breaking. No, she can't because she's the host.
I have to go live.
See, I'm not a co-host anymore. I'm just living fucking on-stage guest.
Nicole, no one is good or evil, although some can be. Now, then this is where I tell everybody that I believe I look at the world differently than most people because of the fact that I do look at people's culture. Okay? Yeah, something that they do over in China might not seem fitting for what we do here or what we brought in, but to them it's normal. So I can't hate them for doing, you know what I mean, doing something.
Like them eating dog meat.
Right.
And here we find it completely disgusting.
Right, exactly. I can't hate them for doing that because culturally, that's what they had. You know what I mean? So I don't hate people for the way they think or do. It's what they chose to do when they made a contract to come to Earth. Basically.
Same thing we did.
Yeah. They wanted to be, maybe in another timeline, they were a victim, so they wanted to be the perpetrator this time. Or vice versa.
Or a bystander.
Or
watch what happened.
Yeah. I mean, we're all, we're all here to have a human experience. It's like I said Monday. If we could manifest, or it could have been yesterday, I don't know. You all right?
Oh, my finger.
Oh. If we could manifest what we wanted at every minute of the second of the day, manifest, I want a plate of food. I want a fucking McDonald's burger.
Shut up, Missy.
But if we could do that all the time, it'd be fucking boring.
Everybody says money is the root of all evil. I don't believe that. I believe ego is.
Yes.
Ego.
But it's placed there. You're right. But it's placed there for a reason. It's there to protect us and keep us in playing the game.
But for those that gain leverage, as their ego grows, their head will explode. Not literally, but
obviously.
Figurative. Well, I don't know. That'd be as disgusting as it'd be probably pretty cool just to look over and go, holy fuck. His head just went, what? Sorry, that was kind of gross.
So what's ego death, Andy? I'm scared to ask.
Why'd you ask him?
I know.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's true, Anton.
Who set up the rock?
Nicole.
Oh, okay.
See, I can't hear that.
I can see it and hear it, but I couldn't see who did it.
Oh.
Now I see who did it.
We really love you as well, Patrick.
I don't think the love of money is.
Oh.
Yeah, Anton, I agree. And that goes along with, the power of the ego.
Okay, now I heard that one. Oh, what the fuck?
I see. Now, I didn't hear that one.
You didn't hear that one?
Nope.
So together. I had to sing that.
All right, Scoops, you're showing your age with that shit.
True, Nicole, but money is just paper. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I get that. Okay. All right.
So you're a lost, wandering soul.
I wouldn't say, well, I mean, you might with the
Well, obviously, with he said.
Yeah. See, that's the weird thing. When I had my out-of-body experience, I experienced fear, which is weird. So I must have been still connected.
You were out of your body.
Right. Well, when I astral traveled, I didn't experience fear. Or I didn't, even with my near-death experience, I didn't experience
Scoops,
fear.
I didn't mean it in a derogatory way.
I'm more of a lost and wandering arsehole. I didn't realize what that said until I said it out.
Oh, you had to get the R in there?
That's funny. That's right, Nicole. We do. We all go to the toilet and shit. That's right. I've never heard it put that way, but that's
sometimes
awesome.
I run into the forest and shit.
So, on that note, when we talk about manifestation, what if we don't know what we want?
But you do know what you want.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna go, manifest with the new moon, and you're like, what do I want? What do I desire? Don't be afraid to ask whatever you believe. The universe, God, goddess, your higher self, your archangels, your guides. Ask them for help. They're there for that. You got a council of 11 there. You might not hear from all of them at once, but help them. Ask them. Help them. Ask them for help. They'll give you hints and signs, or if you can hear them or see them,
There's always signs. Always.
Yeah.
But we fail to see them.
Yeah, exactly. We don't. Exactly.
Because we're all too egotistical and think we can do it on our own.
Right.
Until you get into a bind, and now it's, I need your help. And then that's when they shun and look at you, and we've been giving you help all along.
Right.
When are you going to listen? The only thing you got that you can't get is your age.
True. True. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, don't think too much in it. Just, put out there what you want and just let it go. Don't think of the outcome. Don't think when is it going to happen or anything like that. Just put it out there.
But you have to believe it, because if you put it out there, it could happen. But you don't see it happen.
Right.
Because you don't believe that it can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Nicole. And you're like, why did that person say that to me?
Well, Patrick, that makes you an empath.
Now, love is key in caring brother. Exactly. Love is the only emotion, you know, it really is. Fear, all that comes from your ego. That comes from your brain, your human brain. That's why we can't perceive things the way, you know, our higher selves can. It's that 3D world. Even though we're moving to that 5D collectively, the consciousness is moving to 5D, but we're still in that 3D realm. We're in the 4D where it's both. But that's why, you know, you see a lot more people awakening. I can't find another word that I like for that. I don't like awakening or waking up. I don't know what it, but I can't
find up.
Yeah, getting more open minds. If you notice, more people have more open mind about things. It's because we're transforming into that.
The brain stages are starting to take on more activity. It's starting to understand more.
Yeah. But it does. It'll come from out of nowhere. It's those that's your higher self, or that's your whatever you want to believe, your guides, your higher self, your, you know, angels, whatever.
But that could be yourself from the past rushing through and going to the future. You know,
well, if you look at, but if you, I mean, technically there is no past, there is no future. It's the memories.
I know. But in your mind, you're going from your past,
right,
to your present, over to your future.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hi,
hey, Jacob.
Blogs.
How you doing, hon?
Just in time to say goodbye.
I know, right?
Andy, I was born a little shit and just got bigger.
That's funny.
I guess I was launched as a tadpole, and then they say that evolution is impossible. Look at me, I'm a male.
Good to hear, Jacob. Good to hear, hon. But yeah, so I mean, when we are in the now and something comes up that was from the past, it's basically the reason we're feeling that way. We're feeling that from a memory. Like if I get pissed at Eddie, or Eddie gets pissed at me for some reason,
and that's, you know,
it's that feeling because something in that what's going on is stemming from a memory.
Something that happened before.
So therefore, that's why we say live in the now. This moment right there is the one that counts. This moment, this moment, this moment, this moment, this moment is the ones that count.
Not the ones that have already been passed.
Or the ones that are going to happen.
And you're right, Patrick. And it's taken us a while to believe in that theory of pay it forward. And we have. And to catch people off guard, like, are you serious? Well, I'll pay you back. No, don't pay us back.
Yeah.
Find the person that's in a position that you were just in and help them.
Yeah. It is the best feeling in the world. It really is. To be able to do that, you know.
It's taken us a long time to be able to do stuff like that, but we do it now.
Because we're learning to live in the now.
We let go of the them.
Yeah. We don't worry about the future. We know it's going to be all right. Yeah. Well, at least I do. He's still on the fence a little bit about it.
Well, it's just because I'm getting older.
Is that what it is?
I think I'm getting in my midlife crisis.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
I got to go buy a Ferrari.
I was going to say, shit, we're going to be, yeah. No more tarot decks for me for a while. Huh? A long while.
I'm going to go buy a Ferrari and go cross country.
So, guys, If you're over in D Live, start hyping up that chat. I put the 200 lemons in the chest. Tomorrow is Friday, so it's going to be a Feel Good Friday. And we're going to talk more about the law of attraction and what it is and just try to explain more about it.
And that's the best way to do it, Patrick.
Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, too much coffee.
What?
I'm burping, that's why.
I know, but I'm looking at your cup.
I know. Well, that's what happens. I can't help it.
Oh. Hold on, I was back.
Okay, hype up that chest. Or not hype up the chest. Hype up the chat.
Yeah, you hype up the chest. You could be rape causes going on here.
I wish I could lose my memory every day. Hoping you calls me and I can fall. Aww. That's beautiful, Andy. I take it you said it to her and like she's like, you needed to write that, and I get that. Aww. Oh, I love you guys. I feel like getting warm. I do.
On this note, I want to say hugs, fist bumps, stay safe, stay strong, get unified, and everything's going to be okay.
That's right. All right, guys, I'm pressing the button. All right, I pressed it. So if the chest didn't pop up for you, hit on that chest and get those lemons.
Andy says Nicole's sitting there with the biggest grin on because I wrote it on her.
Aww.
We figured we knew who you wrote it on, Andy.
No, he wrote it on here.
Oh, here. I didn't see the other E.
5 seconds for the chest to open. But hopefully, you know, the more and more we talk about it, the more and more you guys understand it and where it's coming. Or you guys can just tell me to shut the fuck up. I don't know.
Shut the fuck up.
Not you. You don't count from you.
Oh,
you tell me that all the time.
That's not cool.
Patrick got 92.2. Nicole got 53.4. Heather got 38.9. And Ron got 31.1.
Actually, you're wrong, Scoops. Love can't keep you together. Sometimes love will push you apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the ice creams, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Heather, for the lemons. Oh my God, you guys.
We're getting swamped, ain't we?
Sometimes, you know, I'm like that. If I feel like, because I love somebody too much,
overbearing.
I push them away because I'm just like,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing, though.
You really are, guys. I love you guys so much.
I bet you they were all happy I wasn't in yesterday's show.
Why?
What a flip of a swing it was from having to go to work at night to go to work in the morning.
Thank you, Anton, for the lemon. Thank you, Mo, so much. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, Ron, for the ice cream.
I basically did a swing shift between yesterday and today.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
All right, guys.
No, Mr. Kale. At least it doesn't say male.
Right, I hear you. We appreciate you, Patrick.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the moon, Ron.
Much love to you too, Patrick.
We love you guys. Take care. Be safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow. And remember, guys, find something today that makes you smile with the eyes because you're worth it. I love you guys. Mwah!